All right, let's try this again. Let's see if we can get out of here this time. See if it was the ice. It was just too much for the aircraft. I'm back to live weather, but I removed all the, it's been sitting for a few hours. So the ground shouldn't be as bad now. So we'll see if we can get out of here. We're getting some freaking stutters here now. Thrust is set. Thrust set. Airspeed's active. Yeah, we're climbing up nice now. See, she should not want to lift. Turn those off. Flaps one. What is the deal with this rain now? I got rid of that Star Wars nonsense. And 5.8. And we're above 10 now. Actually, you know what? You're going to stay. Nah, it depends. What rain do you pick? The sides or the front? Looks like it's drizzling in the front. We're getting hammered on the sides. Can't wait till they start working on networking, man. It has been way too long, Laminar. Get with the program. Well, if we go by these clocks, the clocks are the aborted takeoff earlier as well. So, what are we looking at? 204 miles to go. Hopefully we can get this one in. Nothing else is going to happen. That's 18. Yeah, we don't need that chart anymore. Oh. So I gotta look at the yoke. Check the yoke. She wants to lift off the ground way too early, even with the trim set up the way she's supposed to be. Gotta take a look. I calibrated everything. I may have to do it again. I was hoping this was going to be a good flight, but it turned out to be a couple of flops. Being that I'm not going to get in here for the next couple of days because we have to set up for Christmas. So I'll be up in the attic tomorrow, getting everything down. And since this is in the garage, this is going to be a mess tomorrow. Escobar, he's on board again. Your special meal of bread and water is available. I have to do this run again. Didn't like these two runs. It's interesting that it couldn't get above 80 knots though. I mean, the tires aren't what's giving it speed, it's the engines. So even if we were sliding on the ice, we should have been building up speed. So I don't get that. Oh, we just got a cruise. We got another 80 miles of top of descent and 170 to go. Yeah, this wasn't all that great. The first takeoff I had to abort. The aircraft wouldn't get above 80 knots. We were just sliding all over the place. So I went back to the gate. I got rid of all the ice on the ground and started the flight again. Didn't change anything else, and yet we were able to get in the air. So I don't know why we weren't able to get above 80 knots. The engines were at full thrust, and it just died at 80. Wouldn't go any further. And yet the wheels aren't giving it propulsion, so even if they were sliding along, we should have been picking up speed. So I don't get that. And I'm going to be busy the next couple of days, so I wanted this to be a good flight, but lo and behold, not going to be. Oh, Project Magenta. Yeah, I remember that program from way back when. Never really used it all that much because I was using Sim Avionics, but I did look and read into it, though. Top of descent in 65 miles. Let me grab a drink before we head down. Yeah, what do we have? 150 to go. Oh, really? Wow. $189. That's not bad. Not bad. Yeah, I had Pete and Steve both at the house here a while ago. Now they've into the big leagues now. They're probably 90% big-time commercial, 10% enthusiast now. Can't blame them, though. That's where the money is. What are we good? We're good all the way down to 6. Let's see how she handles the descent. Yeah, we could let him run around, but yeah, go ahead. You got to use the bathroom. Go quick. It's going to be nice when Laminar finally gets around to doing the networking stuff. I have to take a look at the latest update. I must have missed something in the 3D rain effect because I got rid of that Star Wars black streaking rain, but it's back on the sides. So I must have screwed something up there. I have to go back and take a look because that just looks nasty. We're definitely in range. Temple 6.8 on the fuel. And 168. Yeah, look at the clouds. It just ruins the entire ride. I'm tempted to just turn them off most of the time until they get around to working on networking, because it just kills the entire ride. That looks nasty. And 262. And what are we looking at? 40 miles to top of descent. $130 to go. Yeah, with the 4K monitors, the AA isn't all that bad. You know, it's not on the top of my list, but it would be nice if they picked a different graphics engine, like MS-2020 uses. Because I have a hard time running one monitor with one 4090 board with a 4790 X3D processor. And yet, that same CPU and processor can run 7 screens, 3 of them at 4K running MS-2020. So, that'll give you an idea just how much of a hog X-Plane 12 is on hardware. But they say they didn't get around to tweaking the performance yet, so we'll see. Personally, I'm not holding my breath thinking we're going to get a whole lot, but hope I'm proven wrong. Oh, we're not even on this chart here. Where we go, Johnny? Oh, look at this. Cannot connect to the simulator. That's another thing. Navigraph. For some reason, it just decides to disconnect itself every now and then. For no reason at all. We were up the entire ride. All of a sudden now, Navigraph Simlink. You're already running. Yeah, you're screwed up. So now we got to shut you down and bring you up again. This definitely was a crappy ride. All the way around. It's one of those you should have stayed in bed rides. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? Navigraph. Simlink. Sign in. Sign in. Thank you. Goodbye. Alright, try that again, Johnny. Hey, Eureka, we're back. And what do we have? 25 miles. We're getting back in their seats now. Had enough time to go to the bathroom. Yeah, MS-2020 just outperforms X-Plane as far as utilization of the hardware. No doubt about it. X-Plane can't come close to that. Not at all. It is just a resource hog, period. So what are we looking at? 113 miles to go. See how it handles this descent. I know my wife wants to get up in the attic and start getting the bears down because they need a repair. I told her after this flight, God, who knew it was going to be such a mess? I could see her. She's in there on the table going like this with her fingers, waiting for me. Have to sleep with one eye open tonight. Seems like this past week we've been doing nothing but fighting headwinds. Nice, the clouds open up, man. That's a pretty cool view. Clouds still look too soft still. They look like big pulls of cotton. And then they got like little black specks that kind of show up and then disappear, show up and then disappear. Very strange looking. Oh, Glasser, let's take a look here. All this is done already. Oh, wrong airport. Yeah, schmuck. I was going to say, nothing there. What happened? Oh, we're on that chart already. And we've been on that chart. All right, 95 miles to go. We're under 100. See if the throttles are still a little sluggish. That's nothing I can do on my end. That's something for Zibo, but the yoke is something I think I can work on my end. Alright, speed down to 259. Very good. So far, so good. And we're on our way down. Hey, Sky Station, how's it going? Caught us on the way into Seattle. Not one of my better rides, that's for sure. The first attempt, I couldn't get off the runway. She wouldn't pass 80 knots. So in the second run, she kind of lifted up a little early. I have to take a look at my yoke because she was trimmed out. So that's it. Now I just want to see if the throttle's going to be a little sluggish, as she's been. But I think that's out of my control. I don't think I can do anything about that. So far, we're looking pretty good on the way down. And let me have, what did I say we have here? Deuce. Good, that's good, that's good. For some reason, ATIS isn't working. I don't know why. So we're going to get that off our chart here. $29.87. Okay. Let's go back to you. Place it to. Now the clouds in the center don't look that bad. Even off to the right, to the left. But there's still too much of a fuzziness to them. Let's get you set as well. That's good, that's good, that's good. I'm on terrain already. And that's set, and you're set. $70 miles to go. Yeah, see the side rain? Those black streaks? Some nasty looking weather right there. What are we looking at here? You know what? And TAI. Fuel's right on the money. Coming down beautifully, and we're coming up on 18. Bleed air panel is set to auto. Pressurization, land altitude is in. Passenger signs are on. Auto brake selector is set. Flight instruments and radios are set. Altimeter, local QNH is in. Recall. We got a clean board, data ref, VREF minimums. And let's get you in there. And we'll be coming in at a $1.44. Now it would be nice to have one of those motion platforms. That would make for an interesting ride. Yeah, the sides, you have to figure out what I did to get that back again. I removed it, but seems to be back again. Hope we break through this mess. No, I didn't put none of that in. I didn't want to start shaking this around and start loosening up some nuts and bolts and whatnot. So I didn't want to start jiggling it around. We're less than 50 miles out now. Got someone crossing. Don't see him. Seven. So 250 knots, 12 at Jackson. Very nice. And 32, and we're holding at 5. And then the clouds look a little weird again. I don't know, they're nice and then they're not so nice. I don't know. Up here. Throttle's a little lazy still. Let's get you. It's already on. You're good. Exterior lights, engine start selectors to continuous, and EFIS panel set terrain. Down to 240. And 10 knots, and then she picks up. Let's check it. One more time, Louis. That looks good to me. Thank you. And let's switch on over to tower. See if that's on. It's about 10 knots before it kicks in, and it goes about 6-7 knots above as it tries to catch up. It's a little lazy. Just under 20 miles to go. I guess that's not on. What about you? Are you on? Okay. And we're good. And we're holding at 5. On the mist, we're looking at 210. Man, it's ugly out there. 15-knot headwind. Let's start slowing down, shall we? Looks like we're breaking through. Oh, we're getting hammered. B5. Come on, slow down, baby. I got the airport and the runway. Slow us down, baby. $15. Man, that's ugly. You're not extended there, Johnny. And 30. The winds have mellowed out some. That's nice. Well, I only see two items. Yoke is on my end and a little lazy on the throttle. That's it. Yeah, a little bit of overcorrecting going on, but we're getting hammered with some bad rain, so. But that'd be it. Some LNAV work, some throttle work, and the yoke I think is on my end. My bird. Yeah, see, she wants to lift up. Now the rain looks pretty cool. Just got to get rid of those black specks that pop up there. Whoa. I also got rid of all of the power line towers, so they're no longer blocking runways anymore. Welcome to Seattle. I cannot understand why they scream when I'm on the ground. I have that turned off. Let's get you up and running. And test. Except for the weather looking a little goofy. We're crossing another runway, so we'll just keep them on. Don't need you anymore, though. You're up. Now, we can't go by my clock, so... That was 2 attempts there. That clock's going. Give me a minute on the clock. Looks like it's clearing up now, whatever it was. Yeah, one-way cross. Definitely getting some stutters here. And they're going out in the opposite direction with a tailwind. I don't know why your plane does that. Or Traffic Global, whoever's responsible for it.
Approaching 3-4 center.
It's well over a minute on the clock.
Approaching 3-4 right.
It's already off. Blocking me. I want that spot right there. I want that spot right there. He's in my way. What do we have here? Electrical power, APU or ground. We're on APU. We're set for APU bleed. Fuel levers to cut off anti-collision lights off. Passenger signs are off. Fuel pump switches. Well, I'm still using the APU, so they're on. Electrical power, galley power is off. Window heat switches are off. Hydraulic pumps, electric 2-in-1. Exterior lights, we've got logo and position. Flight director switches are off. Chocks in position. Do we have chocks yet? I don't believe we do. Oh, it just shut itself down. Okay. Let's try that again. Ground services, give me you. Set the chocks and the doors. Let them run. Alright, chocks are in position. And the doors are open. And that's pretty much it. I might get another flight in if I can't sleep later, because I want to get one good one in before I'm done for the weekend, because we'll be doing Christmas stuff out on the lawn, so I'm going to be busy. So I won't be getting any flying in. And okay, that's back. With that said, everybody that was here, I hope you enjoyed the ride. Sky Station and Pulling Chocks, and who else? Jim was here. Testimonial for Life was here. Hope you enjoyed the ride. It was a little tough getting here. The first go around I had to abort because I couldn't get above 80 knots due to the icing conditions on the runway, which I don't understand with the thrust coming from the engines and not coming from the wheels. Even if we were sliding on the ice, we should have been picking up speed, so I don't understand that. So I cleaned out the ice, gave it another go, and we made it in. So I hope you enjoyed that ride. And I'll catch you on my next one, everybody. Take care.